get to one of our top stories here right now, which is President Trump said to be willing to impose sweeping new tariffs on both India and China in order to push Russia into peace talks with Ukraine. But that's only if the EU does so as well. For more, let's bring in our chief North Asia correspondent, Stephen Engle. He's here with us. So what do we know about this new proposal from the White House?
Well, we do know that Donald Trump phoned into talks between the EU and U.S. officials as the EU ponders further sanctions on Russia, in particular their oil sector. There's a number of different proposals out there being bandied about, whether further sanctions, further restrictions on the shadow oil tankers of Russia, maybe more sanctions on Russia's financial sector and banks and other measures. But one thing that Donald Trump phoned in and suggested is we can, meaning the United States, can add further tariffs onto China and India as a pressure point to pressure Putin and Russia to come to the peace table and have negotiations with Zelensky and Ukraine, which Putin so far has not really given any indication that he is ready to come face to face with Zelensky. In fact, they've actually upped their attacks in Ukraine. But only, Donald Trump put this caveat, but only if the EU member nations also do the same thing on Russia and China. Keep in mind, China is the biggest buyer of Russian energy. India has been upping their imports of Russian crude, much to the chagrin of Washington. So again, it's not a sure thing that all the EU member nations are going to be on board with further sanctions on Russian energy, because countries like Hungary, among others, have blocked strict sanctions on Russia.